There are those that have seen the future. They've seen our disasters and our wars. For years, these remote viewers were a part of a military research program, accurately foreseeing the outcome of global events. But when they expected to see a future of prosperity, what they saw was our end. Now,
is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? The use of a nuclear weapon on the Korean Peninsula by the North Koreans, and this event would be one of the last events that humans recognize before the kill shot sequence begins. Politically, we're saying it looks like a space shuttle coming down.
Third voyage uses the same plane from 2010, but has been delayed for several months due to an investigation into an accident that occurred on the launch pad in October. The launch will go ahead as planned Tuesday afternoon if weather cooperates. For Newsy, I'm Zach Toombs.
To the kill shot sequence, the best that we could come up with, pushing ahead, the best that we could come up with was what appeared to be a space shuttle being forced down by what appears to be a meteor shower or something like that. the center of the Earth, the core of the Earth, is changing rapidly as an effect of what is happening on the sun. And if that's the case, then we're probably looking at, as an adjunct to effect to the kill shot sequence, we're probably looking at massive volcanism and earthquakes. On the ground, all of these soldiers look up in the sky. They all look up. So something has happened in the sky. In fact, there's probably unprecedented atmospheric effects that in a recorded history, perhaps an unrecorded history, there's been events like this, but nothing in recorded history. Something happens in the atmosphere that has not been seen before, because all these soldiers are looking up, and then they go home. Their priorities change. They go home. Folks, it's the calm before the storm. It is the calm before the storm. The kill shot effects, and these will come and go, but the massive damage, first of all, will be to communications. Communication satellites, military satellites as well, will go down. We're not talking about single event latch-ups where you have a couple of semiconductors go bad. No, these things will be fried. Anybody in space, whether you're inside that little leaded shield on a space station or not, you're fried. You're in bad shape. You're going to die. Okay? So communication, power grids. Power grids, when they go down, folks, when the sun takes the power grids down, it's done it before. This time they won't go back up. It'll be months and months, if not years, to get power grids back up and running. There's going to be no power.
Power grids for entire regions and countries will fail. There will be unprecedented regional heating and atmospheric effects. But what parts of the world will be affected the most? And what areas do remote viewers see as survivable?
Those people, here are the very, very essential things that you're going to need to try to sit this out. Fresh water is critical. You must have fresh water because it will be in short supply almost worldwide, not all over the world, but in many places, very short supply, critical. As much access to fresh water as possible. If you happen to live next to fresh water, clean fresh water, you're lucky. That's the best condition. Obviously, food. You're going to have food. Everybody now feels that something's coming down. Economically and globally, it has nothing to do with the kill shot. That's just economics alone. Food supply is already short, and food is expensive and going to be more expensive. But it will be absent. There will be no access to food once the kill shot starts. So you have to have stored food. Shelter. You need to have shelter, as you know, and you're going to need to protect yourself. You can't do this alone. People need people.
And you know, Ed, all those years ago when you forecast these very gloomy things, how could we know that here we are, all these years later, and damned if it doesn't look just about as gloomy as you forecast it would be, or at least we're on the cusp of so many things that you forecast that are beginning to come true now.